Okay. Happy Engineer, welcome back. This is a big episode today. I have two major announcements. So I'm glad you're here. I'm going to start with the big one. Today, episode 212 marks the end of a season of the Happy Engineer podcast. I know, you're freaking out a little bit. Just hold on, bear with me. This has been an absolute joyride to create content, to share with you my own life and experiences, the things that I've learned in coaching engineering and technology leaders, bringing on world-class guests and tapping into their wisdom and extracting so much along the way. I feel like I have grown as much as you have grown in the process of creating and sharing the Happy Engineer podcast. But the reason we're pushing pause and closing this chapter, ending season 1 of the Happy Engineer podcast, is a really good reason. What I do when I'm not here with you on the podcast is coach engineering leaders, engineering managers, helping them to get to that next level in their career and in their life, and to do it without just burning out. And what we've built at the Oasis of Courage, our coaching company, is something that is growing and needs my full attention. And I want to practice what I preach, that where the focus goes, energy flows. And right now, where the energy is needed most is helping to build and scale the impact of the Lifestyle Engineering Blueprint coaching program. We have had hundreds of engineering leaders going through our Foundations program, this 90-day journey to the career and life that you will love. How to create this, all of the tools, the mindsets, the skill sets, the community and the coaching support that you need to have those breakthroughs. And while the podcast is an absolute joy to create, it is a huge amount of energy and effort that I put in to create it. And for this next season, I'm going to focus that into helping build and scale the impact of what we're doing in our coaching programs. If you're not familiar with what we do in our coaching, now's the time for you to check this out. We have an absolutely transformational community and coaching and all the things you need to explore what would it take to get out of stagnation, to get out of burnout, to accelerate that next promotion, to increase my income, to be happier along the way, to take 212 episodes worth of the Happy Engineer podcast and distill it down into a system and a set of tools that you can use every single day to create the career and life of your dreams. And we have capacity now to bring you into this program and this community. So if that's something you want to do, to discover those mindsets, to really deeply tap into your purpose in life and career, to get clear on your priorities, your vision for where you want to take your career, to make those big decisions on what's best for you, for your family, what's going to make you feel great with what you've accomplished as an engineering leader, to become more productive, to get more done in less time, to understand energy management at a whole new level, to master interactions with challenging people, to manage up the org chart, managing down the org chart, really understanding the importance of mentorship and sponsorship in your career, and tying it all together with a playbook of action, a rhythm, daily, weekly, quarterly, and yearly, that you can then build mastery. If you want to be a part of that, let's connect. Now's the time. We have capacity, and I would love to meet you and share with you what we're doing. If any of that aligns with what you need in your career right now, then let's set up a free conversation, about 15 minutes, for a career growth audit. We'll have a candid chat about what's going on for you. You can talk with me or my team, whoever's available. We'll get that call set up. We'll explore what the biggest gaps are for you. How can we solve those? And if it's a fit that what we provide in our coaching programs, then we'll offer you a free 75-minute roadmap session. I'll meet with you. We're going to build that plan. We're going to show you exactly how we'll work together to solve those problems and build a blueprint for you to the next level. And then you can join us in our 90-day journey to execute that plan. It is awesome. I could tell you hundreds of stories of what people have accomplished in just 90 days that they never thought was possible, and the results that then leads to thinking about the 1, 2, 5 years beyond as you continue to build and compound. It is amazing. So if that's something you want to do, text the word lifestyle to the number 55444. It's just one word, lifestyle, to 55444, or jump into the show notes, click the link, and book that 15-minute career growth audit. And let's take the next step together to helping you break through. Now, I know you're bummed to hear that season 1 of the podcast is coming to a close. So major announcement number 2 is going to lift your spirits back up. I was thinking about how many incredible insights have come out of this podcast in these conversations, the things that I've learned and brought and shared, that honestly, if you could just take everything that's here in this podcast, available to you totally for free, and apply it, you could have incredible results in your own life and career just from this one piece. But it's tough to distill down hundreds of hours of podcast audio and take coherent, consistent action on all those insights. It's just such a wealth of information to distill. And that is one of the big problems of a wealth of information, is it creates a poverty of attention. There's too much. And so to help you solve that problem, we have invested into a brand new platform that I am so excited to release and share with you, where every single word of the Happy Engineer podcast is going to be indexed and searchable for you, as well as built in with an LLM, an AI model that you can ask questions of to get the insights from the entire podcast in just a fraction of a second, in the moment you need it, in the dose that you need it, and in a way that can support those questions that you have as they come up. It's going to be awesome. It'll be totally free for you to have access to this tool. And that way, while you're waiting for season 2 of the Happy Engineer podcast to get started again, you can now go back and relive and relearn and reapply the most important golden nuggets, the insights, the actions, the tools that we've covered here in the podcast in your situation right now. So get excited for that. As I'm recording this, we're just so close to being ready to release it. It's not out yet, but look in the show notes. Look on the Happy Engineer podcast website. We're going to be sharing with you this new platform. It's going to be an amazing place for you to go and get, honestly, a tremendous amount of wisdom. I can't even myself remember every single thing that has come up on this podcast. It's just so incredible. It's so much. So look for that. Get excited for that. Set up an account and go ask the Happy Engineer podcast and Zach White any question you have, and you're going to get the best of best answers for leadership in engineering and technology right there. Totally free, just for you. Go and indulge in getting the support you need for your career. All right. It's been an absolute pleasure. I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here, for listening, for supporting me, for supporting the podcast, for supporting the incredible guests who have given generously of their time and wisdom, their experiences to support you as well. Thank you for that. Your support means the world to me, and it's part of why we have the problem of too many clients to serve in our coaching programs, because of your support. So it's a good problem, but it's still a problem. And like I said, this is a pause, not a period, right? We're going to close this chapter, end this season of the podcast, but we'll be coming back. Season 2 will exist. The Happy Engineer podcast is not going away forever. And if there's anything that you would love me to focus on, anything that would make this podcast even better for you, the kinds of conversations or the format or the topics or whatever would be for you, that one thing that could make this even better, I'd love to know what that is. Send me an email. Send me a note on LinkedIn. I would love to catch up with you and say, hey, what would it take to make the Happy Engineer podcast even more valuable? That thing that you just can't wait for the next episode to release. As I start ideating about what season 2 will look like and how we can take this show to the next level and really support you with what you need the most as an engineering manager, as a leader in technology, I'd love your ideas as well. Send me anything you need That way we can build together the future as we exit the information age and step into the age of intelligence. So many things are shifting around us, and we need to really lean in and support each other, masterminding together and helping each other on this journey, transforming in a way that we're going to be proud of and that leads to a career and life that you love. Nothing makes me happier than helping you to build your career, to balance your life, and to be happy along the way. It's been an absolute pleasure to support you. We're going to continue to do that. Jump into the Blueprint program. I'd love to meet you there and support you in coaching. And in the meantime, don't forget, crush comfort, create courage, and let's do this.